Please start now.
Putting a dip in your hip, a glide in your stride. Welcome to the mothership, the home of the travelers of the universe, with shows throughout the week. Everything you want, everything you could need. From the paranormal to the supernatural, from the spiritual to the unknown, from emotions to comedy. You can find us at Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and so much more. This is R.I.F.T Nation Network, the RNN. And now, your featured show. Shall we begin? Welcome to Paranormal Outlaws.
Woo!
That is amazing.
Woo!
It gives you kind of some chills.
Kind of crazy. Kind of
Little bit.
crazy.
Little bit. I think the Renegade might be having some video issues.
Yeah, she's not showing a signal at all.
No, I sent her a message. Hey, Lisa.
Hey,
Lisa
Lisa.
Campbell's in the house.
Yes, yes. Keith is actually going to be running the board tonight for the next hour, and I'm going to tell you why. Myself and the Hangman are actually on site. We're in the middle of an investigation. He'll be in the car or be here in just a second. We are at the cabin on 360 doing a investigation. There he is. He's in the house.
Hey, y'all.
How you doing?
Doing all right.
Miss Linda, how are you? So, Keith will actually be doing the show tonight. He's going to be the man because I have a feeling we too may lose a signal here and there, so we're going to keep up. But brother of mine.
Brother.
I don't know about you, but I just had some more experiences that I thought I would never have. I thought I had seen it all, Keith. I'm good. Thanks. Hope you all are. Oh, I'm way good. Like I said, we are on location in here at a cabin at 360 in historic Mechanicsville Turnpike. ASPS is doing its team research training, whichever you like to call it. And we started at 7. We had a huge dinner. I cooked hamburgers, hot dogs, got chicken. Hey, Christy, we miss you out here. Whoa, dude, girl, we are missing you some fairs. Woo! Are we having a time? But you know, Hangman here, he had some things he wanted to bring up tonight and talk about, and I'm like down with it. Um, but I think it's really cool that we're experiencing things right before we come on the show.
Yeah.
Keith, you know, your house is active as we know that.
Yes.
Is active to me. I can connect it to a Mexican jumping bean right now out here. Uh, hey, what's up, Sheila? Uh,
Yeah. Back where I was at here, I felt like things were just starting to ramp up a little bit. I think things were starting to get a little comfy, I was kind of digging it.
we're in three quadrants: the rancher, the cabin, and the trails. 7 acres of trails that go behind us. I was in with my part of the team in the cabin. We had another team over in the rancher, and you were down the trails, right?
Yep. We were down in the trails. We ended up picking up some spots with the K2.
Pardon me, I'm
So-
still. Go ahead.
We were picking up some spots with the K2 towards the end of the investigation,
Uh-huh.
towards the end of the session.
Mm.
And it was also followed with hot spots. I could put my hand around the meter, and it felt like I was holding my hand close to a fire.
Really?
Yeah, it was actually really interesting.
I saw a little girl walk down the hallway.
Nice.
Full silhouette. It was myself. We have our new girl, Constance, Shelly Walker, Chris Lindsay's with us. We're in the back bottom floor of the cabin. We're all talking. There were some things going on with Constance, you know, being new. She peeked and found that she has an ability. She started actually channeling right there towards the end.
Nice.
And I'm sitting there, and Shelly's like, "Howie, do you ever pick up a little girl?" Da 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 da. There she is. There she is. She made it on. Hopefully, we don't get booted.
You made it. Can you hear
Can you
us?
hear me and see me?
Yes.
No, I'm on my phone.
We can hear you now. And pardon me, I'm in the police car, so I have the red light on. That's not the moon or the star. It's actually we're in the car.
Uh-oh. Howie's got the red light on. You know what that means.
Hi. Do, do,
Red light
do,
district.
do, do. So as I'm sitting there and Shelly's asked me these questions, I'm looking down the hallway, and of course it's, you know, completely dead, no lights. We went cold. And I see what I think is a little girl start to form in the kitchen area. And I'm like, no, I'm taking in this, and it's the phobia, the whole thing, the matrix is happening until I see this beautiful little girl, the silhouette, dress and all. I could outline her dress. It was early 1800s, long hair. She's slowly walking down the hallway towards us and
Nice.
being very gentle. Like, I'm not sure if I can do this, but I'm going to try. I want to check you out. What's going on? And I'm like, holy, you know what?
That's phenomenal.
Wow.
Yeah. When you can visually see that, I mean, it is such an amazing feeling. You know, it's one thing to catch something on video and see it later, but when you can actually sit there and see it in real time with your own eyes or hear it with your own ears, it just makes the hair stand up. I mean, it's such an awesome experience.
You know, I was just thinking about something.
What's that?
Another time we were together was at Bill Nemus, and we saw that little girl that was up in the second floor looking out the window waving at us.
Yep, just as we were doing our opening. Yeah.
Yeah, just
We
as
were
we were
all
getting ready to start
outside.
the investigation.
We
Same
had
little girl?
No,
no.
Okay.
no.
All right.
Good point, though, because I had questioned myself as well.
another thing I experienced when we were out walking the trails tonight is I had a handheld camera with night vision.
Mhm.
That thing's already dead. Within about probably about 45 minutes in, it died.
Damn.
Battery drain, battery
Exactly.
drain.
But everything else was fine.
Now we do have to give you guys some of this information. There are
Okay.
2 G5 towers that are right at the edge of the wood.
Ah,
Okay, we have to play that. Now, here's what I wanted to bring up tonight about technology. Kelsey, my protege is walking around smoking cigarettes too. Does our modern technology, is it affecting what we're experiencing now? Because there was a cell phone tower there. Now there's a G4, G5 tower there. And it does seem like the activity on the property, the rancher, the cabin, in the woods, is amping up. I've seen cryptics out here in the last 6 months. We've talked about this.
Yep.
Me and Kelsey saw a cryptic. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
sorry, I didn't mean it. Just kind of came out. Go ahead and finish.
That's it. It's just interesting to me how, with the more technologies coming out, how more paranormal activities coming out.
It's a thing. It's energy. It is sending energy through the air.
Oh, you okay?
Wirelessly, like Tesla was trying to do. I pick up my phone, I hit a couple buttons, I call Renee. It goes up to the satellite and back down to her phone.
Right.
It is literally traveling through the air. Energy.
Mhm.
That signal, my voice, my face, this video. It's all, I'm on Wi-Fi right now. So it's going from my router to my computer without a wire. It's
Right.
energy.
Yeah, we're on cell service, so we're doing.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
The laptop is on cell service.
And when we got here earlier today while we were making out dinner, I ended up walking down a service road to go back with
it's possible that
the EMF reader, and
yes.
it would start out low, and then as I got closer to the tower, probably within about 10 yards, it was pegged out.
I like what Christy just said. Is it possible that they're using energy to manifest?
Absolutely, I think so.
I think a lot of us are coming to that conclusion. What's that, Renee?
I said agreed.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I really think so. We look at a lot of these historic locations. A lot of these historians are now getting modern technology put up around them.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, too, I mean, every investigation we've been on, in one way, shape, or form, we have all experienced battery drain. And that's usually when we're getting some sort of activity, whether it's EVP, whether it's a shadow anomaly, something.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got a witness right here at Bobby Mackey's when we were there. I walked in there with 3 fully charged video cameras with extra batteries. Within 30 minutes, I went to get them out. Every one of them was dead.
Yep.
Everyone.
Rhonda.
And then what Christy was using, her laptop,
Mm-hmm.
and Raymond gave her juice, that was drained as well.
Yeah, and even his battery pack that he had, it drained faster than it normally does.
I'm glad you guys are bringing it up because I really wanted to talk and I wanted to hear y'all experiences about Bobby Mackey's, not just their present experience, but what y'all went through, because we haven't had a chance to talk about it. I'm like, this is a perfect opportunity. Let's shoot the shit. Yeah. Let's talk about it, because I want to hear more about Bobby Mackey's before, the bad things about to happen.
The place was phenomenal. I've never been there. I'm kind of a dive bar kind of guy. So I walked in and I felt at home. It's kind of a dive bar. It's old. It's rustic. It's in kind of sad shape.
Sounds like my kind of place.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But as soon as you walk in, back me up, Renee, if you can feel
Oh yeah.
As soon as you walk in, you can feel it.
I felt it as soon as we pulled up. I got out of the truck and I looked over at Kelly and I said, "This is gonna be a wild night."
Yeah. Yeah. Within a half hour of being there, Steve went in to use the restroom, and he's blind. He's got a cane, and he had the cane in the stall, and something picked his cane up and threw it over the stall.
Yep.
Oh, so he couldn't use the cane.
So he couldn't use the cane, and the story is that the spirit in the men's bathroom likes to rattle your cage as you're going to the bathroom, so you pee all over yourself.
Yeah, throw the trash
so,
can.
Well, that's an ass.
Yeah,
yep.
Exactly. It sounds like some high school stuff.
I actually went in there after that happened, and I had a chat with this entity, and I explained what Steve's cane was for, and I explained that was an asshole move. And that didn't happen anymore that evening.
Yeah.
And every guy that went into that bathroom afterwards, nothing happened. But the women's room, on the other hand, activity picked up. Soon as you walk into the women's room, there's a mirror diagonal away from the bathroom stalls.
Right.
I literally would go in there and do this because I didn't want to make contact with that mirror. I did not feel comfortable in that bathroom. It was like pee and get out.
Bring it, get out
as fast as I could. I was like, I'm not looking. And thank God I could wash my hands with my back to the mirror. But it felt like there was somebody just watching, like a peeping Tom.
Yeah.
Just trying to catch a look or a glance of something in there.
I mean, come on, spirits are perverts too.
Of course.
Yeah,
not wrong.
How many times do we think about boundaries and setting boundaries in our own home when it comes to entities?
Well,
we never think about that.
Yeah, even your own spirit guides and stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, bathroom, that's private time.
Yeah, that's my space. That's like personal happy time. Hey, if I want to do this and that, I'm just saying, y'all need to back out. Unless you're going to help me.
Happy time in the bathroom. I don't want to know about happy time in the bathroom.
I'm just saying.
I know. But
that's a new meaning to spiritual activity.
Yeah.
Sure is.
That's like the careful. New trend. I don't know if
you're not going to bring it up, are you?
TikTok.
Oh God. Yeah.
Have you guys seen the new trend on TikTok? I think half of it's fake. Well, most of it I think is fake. It's talking about these entities going and raping women in their sleep. I think it's all.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about the one where the girls are inviting a spirit to have sex with them, or the eyes. Too.
No, what I'm seeing is a trend of sleeping in bed, and it's like they're moving their legs and spreading them out and all that, and it's like, they're saying like an entity's messing with them and stuff, and it's like, I think it's all fake.
That's bull crap.
This is from personal experience, and I don't talk about this too often. I was about to mention to Howie, kind of joke around, but be careful about asking entities to help you in that aspect.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Before Steve got here, before the mechanics got here, I actually had, just going to say, an interesting night. I was attacked sexually by an entity, and it was female, and it had like a 3-foot tongue that it shoved down my throat into my stomach. It was not. It was not a nice experience. Right. So could some of those people be looking for attention? Absolutely. Could they also be getting attacked in that aspect? Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
So you would have to look at each case on an individual one-on-one basis with that client in order to differentiate the two.
I mean, somebody that wears black tight t-shirts, black glasses, and rosary beads had an episode about that, and it wanting to happen, and it supposedly did happen at one of their locations that they were investigating.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying.
You know, now, okay, here comes an interesting, okay, and Keith, with your experience, and I see that I'm telling me about the Captain Morgan story, so that's into me, and that actually, here, yep. When a succubus, if you will, is in your presence, I wonder if that is a partial possession, if they're putting their energy inside the body. That's possession. That's partial possession.
Yeah.
Or
in a way, yeah.
Mm.
Marking territory.
Okay.
You're getting jumped.
What? Yeah. No, that's a good point too.
What about being marked?
Yeah, you're marked. This is my human. I kind of like pissing on the side of a tree. They're
yeah.
I mean, who's to say? Because let's get past lives involved here.
Yeah.
That entity knows that you are connected to them in a past life. So
therefore, they would have
relationship still
in their mind
continues.
Mm-hmm. So you would have to set that boundary. No.
Yeah, or send it or get rid of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting how this led to this whole conversation, because I'm going, well, we just went a whole nother rabbit hole, didn't we? But
always,
yeah. All four of us can really take our own rabbit hole and make it deep, boy. That's what she said. But and pardon me, you guys, I apologize. I'm still fighting an upper respiratory. But it's energy, because it's all about energy. That's the thing. We're manifesting. We don't know. All right, we can look at Bobby Mackey's the same way. We don't know what was there, what was brought there, what was manifested there by an individual or a group of individuals, because if something or someone, a group of individuals, something happens so bad, they have the ability to manifest that situation, entity, or energy, because they're creating that energy. That's manifesting.
Yeah, so, we're creators.
Yeah. So if we're at the cabin, could something on the land been manifested? You're at Bobby Mackey's. Could just the legend of Bobby Mackey's make it that it would actually create more there than what is, or what was, rather?
Very possible.
Very possible.
Especially when you're, with a group of people and you don't know all of the people, so you don't know that much about them, the way they think, etc., the way they manifest. We did interact with several different entities that evening. One of which we played some poker with. I haven't gone over the EVPs yet, but I can't wait to. Visually, Steve and I both saw the same thing.
Right.
This was a non-human spirit. It looked to be half human, half bison.
Okay.
And I never told you I saw it too with Bridget.
Okay. Is that similar to what you saw?
Yes.
Okay. The individual was treated with respect.
Right.
Nothing bad happened. It interacted with us, hung out with us. The quote, hole to hell in the basement, I don't give that any credence, at least not with the experience that I had.
Right.
Renee, your opinion?
I say no, but I went off. Me and my husband did totally separate from everybody else. We kind of went and did our own thing. I was drawn to a corner. I did some automatic writing, so I have that. I was more drawn to that strange room with the kids' bike and the Christmas trees. Well, they were all investigating the portal to hell. That's where I was.
Okay.
It was strange. I felt at home in that room, and whatever was in that room was very comfortable with me.
Yes.
So it was, yeah, I wanted to, if I could have stayed and slept in that room, I think I probably would have.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had to leave because I was creeping Kelly out.
It was peaceful in there.
Yes.
It was peaceful.
It's interesting because that's the feeling of today. Tom, I even got here while I was first on site, working on stuff, getting things organized for the team, till Samantha and Jim showed up. Even all through that, the atmosphere and energy has been absolutely wonderful. I didn't say it was bad. I said it was odd and weird, but it's still very vibrant energy. I did do what I do. I did talk to the cabin before everybody got here. And I will say that the cabin. Hold on, Ryan's got a question for us.
Ryan.
Yeah.
I need help switching teams up.
Okay, is it on the second page?
Yeah.
All right, bring me the page out real quick.
All right.
That's Ryan Jones, the other founder of the team. Where was I? Oh, yeah, even up
You
to
talked
this
to the cabin before everybody got there.
right, and talk to it and let them know what today was going on and could it help me do what needs to do. Is doing that plus.
And I'll tell you, with him talking about the energies here, yeah, today, all up and started investigating. For me, even after, it's a really calm, happy atmosphere.
Okay, careful, don't touch the screen. Touch.
So, I mean, we were back out in the woods. I call it the pines. The furthest one's back by the tower. I was told of some things out there, but I felt just like you said, Renee, in your place. I felt calm and cool. I mean, I could stand out there and slept.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, it to me, it honestly, like, and it might have been who our group was. I mean, honestly, it was like how I felt. It was like spirits were saying, "Hey, let's party. Who's got the bottle? Let's drink." Like, that's what it felt like. It felt like it was a party atmosphere and they just wanted to hang out and chill.
Like a bar.
Yep, like a bar.
Yep.
A bar. Interesting. You talked about the pines and the cell tower.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because on my Ghost Radar app, I've tried to hold it up so you can see before and it doesn't work. But it said cell. And then before that, it said pine involved.
Wow.
Pine involved. Escape pine involved.
Huh.
Cell factors. Again.
So are they just like, are they saying the cell towers is actually affecting how I feel out there?
I think it's affecting the activity.
I would actually have to agree with that because, like we said, with the energy, I honestly believe that in order for things to ramp up for entities to gather that energy, they have to have energy to begin with.
Yeah, there's got to be a source.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly, Christy. Confirmation.
Yes.
I mean, you can't ask for any clearer. And if anyone wants proof that's what this said, I can take screenshots and send. But hey, Sierra, how's that baby coming?
Now, there was one thing I talked to Howie earlier about that I wanted to see about for a few minutes on our show today. And I wanted to get your all's in it too, is, when we do this investigation, of how important it is to have safety as to understanding of the environment and of what you're dealing with. Because I've seen a lot, being Halloween just passed, I heard people talking about it, being your thrill seeker. Hey, I got a camera, let's go out. you know, and have them standing.
It's asking
You
for
know,
trouble.
exactly.
Asking for trouble. Asking for trouble.
So I wanted to see about asking you guys of what input you could say or advice you could give to people that are seeking to besides don't.
Get some experience. Find a team that you can go out with if you're interested in doing this stuff. Did I just take the words out of your mouth, Renee?
Yes, you did.
Continue.
Find your local team, but vet that team also too. Just don't go by somebody who, you know, like that has a cool website, edgy, cool website that's like, and has a YouTube channel and is out for thrills. Make sure you vet that team. Make sure they vet you too as well. Do it right, do it proper. Wow, does that sound like somebody that teaches me? Do it right, do it proper. Do the right thing. Protect yourself and protect your home after you go out and do these things. But just don't go grab a camera and go to your library, look up, haunted places are on the internet and say, haunted places that are in my neighborhood. I mean, laws and other things that happen that people forget about, like trespassing and getting arrested, private property, such and things like that.
Well, you also, when you want to learn this, I mean, it's one thing to hook team, but yes, definitely sort them out. You know, you don't want to get in with someone that's going to teach you, well, for a big one, to provoke. Another one is who properly doesn't know how to use it board or likes to play with Wicca and doesn't know what they're doing. Understand your energies. Get to know what you're getting into, the do's and don'ts. Always be respectful.
Yes.
Do not come in and be like I'm drop of another show and I can't stand this show and I don't care if someone says something about it. Adventures, I hate the show. Just the way they go through.
You can say that. That's your opinion.
All right, fine.
Yeah, you can say that.
Because the way they go through, they provoke everything. It's all about the hype. Yeah. It's all about leading. It's all about rating money and fame. That's bull.
Yeah. Even if you're dealing with a human spirit, okay, just everyday human spirit, somebody who has not passed on. You go in there provoking that human spirit, they're going to get angry. What happens to a living being when they get angry? The adrenaline starts flowing. You get stronger. You lash back out. What do you think that energy is going to do? That entity can literally knock you across an entire room. Just a human. Right there. Now, imagine if you are dealing with something much larger and much darker. Imagine what kind of damage can be done.
Yes.
Exactly. I mean, and that's what brought it up is seeing these YouTube videos of people, like there's one in particular, the guy's from England, and he's getting famous, putting all these recordings out on YouTube of activity in his home. And the first thing he says is, "Oh yeah, we went on a tour at this castle, and after that, something came home with us." That's why, to be safe, you need to understand what you're doing with this stuff. Otherwise, you will get an attachment, and it will cause harm.
Yeah, they can. Sometimes they see you have gifts, and they want help. You have to set your boundaries.
Yeah.
You got to set your boundaries.
And they see you have a gift, want to use you as an amp.
A battery.
That's right. Or a puppet.
And that's what happened to me when we went to Scarefest Friday. And that was with me even setting my intention on the way to Bobby Mackey's and then leaving and saying whoever is here needs to stay here. Because I told Keith, we got back that night. I couldn't sleep Saturday morning. We got back 2:00. I slept a total of maybe 7 o'clock. Literally, I never jumped up out of bed, got dressed so fast in my life, and I had protections in my room. I cleansed my room. I did everything. I set my boundaries. There were people in and out of my room all night and whispering. I got up out of that thing and said, "Get out, leave now. You are not supposed to follow me, and why are you here?"
Me and Christy didn't have any issues in our room.
Mm-hmm.
Might be because of what I individually brought. I don't know. But that hotel, it does have a lot of spirits wandering the halls, just saying.
Yes.
And if you wanted to get high, all you'd have to do is go out and stand in the hall.
Yeah, that too.
Nice.
Okay.
We won't be staying at that hotel again.
No, we won't. That's a one and done.
Yeah.
So
A hotel in Jersey that I stayed at in Atlantic City.
F Jersey. My opinion.
mm-hmm.
I agree, but I was there to go to the casino.
I hear you. We were there for a convention.
Okay.
But the traffic in Jersey, oh my God. Never again will I ever attempt to drive. I ain't going back. No.
Yeah.
We're just gonna leave it at traffic.
And also too, I want to put this out too. If you're gonna go out on one, and just do something just because you want to go do something, please do me a favor. Don't bring nothing home, like physical, like from said property. Don't bring rocks. Don't bring household items. Don't, like, if you go to an abandoned place, don't, because you're bringing that energy back to your house.
Yeah.
Well,
And
it's like the old folklore, and it's actually documented of people that have gone to Hawaii and actually wanted to take home a piece of lava rock.
Oh, yeah.
They bring that home and they start having all this bad luck until that rock back.
And stop watching the Brady Bunch.
I'm just saying.
You ask
permission. That's something I've always heard.
Yes, it's fine.
I mean,
if you hear no, leave it there.
I can say yes to that. Not that I did it. Not that my husband did it. My husband was one of the many, and I'm jealous about this, one of the lucky ones to go to Dudleytown in Connecticut. His friend decided to bring home some rocks and part of a foundation of a house because he thought it was cool. Later then called him 24 hours later and said, we have to go back and replace this stuff because stuff was moving and flying in his room.
Yeah, it was disturbed.
So
then, that's the funny part. I'm going to say this. We were talking about television shows just a few minutes ago.
Yep.
And the one thing that's always made me chuckle until I experienced it firsthand was things moving around a location. I for the longest time, I'm like, you know what? That to me would be Mecca. I want to see that. Now, I said that a long time ago, right? We don't see it on TV. It's, I mean, look, I'm not going to mention the show name that was on Sci-Fi or Discovery, but they were busted for faking evidence by sliding a lamp. Okay.
Yep.
I'm just, give me something good. So here I am. I'm at a location in Louisa, Virginia last year. And for the first time ever, I had a window slam shut beside me. And I went, okay, that's interesting. However, scientifically, I'm going, oh, blah, 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 blah. Until that bitch swung back open and shut again by itself. And I went, well, that's new.
Yeah. Gravity, okay. But coming up, that's against gravity. That takes energy. And
I follow. Gravity's a law. I follow the law.
Yeah. If I trip, I fall down. It is the law.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And I leveled that window. I put a level on it and everything. Nope. And when it shut, it was sticky shut. So it took force to open the window.
Yeah.
Then again, it took force to shut the window. So I'm like, okay, that's something you don't see on TV.
Yeah,
For real, you know?
out in the
Yep.
garage before the mechanics came. I was working on my ex-wife's car.
Mhm.
3/8 extension, long extension. It's got a little weight to it. It flew.
That's what she said.
I'm gonna leave that one alone.
Sorry.
It literally flew off my toolbox 5 feet over straight at my head. Luckily, the engine hoist was in the way. It bounced off the engine hoist and landed all the way across the garage.
Oh wow.
That took some force to do.
Exactly.
It's a thing. It's happened here. I've seen it. Unfortunately, I never got anything on video. Naturally,
Right.
I've seen it in clients. Seen it on investigations. Once in a while, I used to have some video of our investigations where we would actually catch something moving. I don't have it anymore because it was on my old PC to burn up. Backups are a thing, people. Just saying. But it's possible, their energy. They can use their energy to move things,
Right.
to damage things, to help you do things, to give you a hint. Take your lighter, throw it across the room. Hey, quit smoking, dummy.
Or your cell phone.
It's like
Cell phone.
yeah, cell phone. That's where I was just going. Is on one of our investigations that we did at Bell Nemus, Howie had his cell phone thrown away from him. That was sitting on a little 3-step stool. I was in the next room. I witnessed that happen. We also have a video on our old ASPS site on YouTube where you can see a hand open up a screen door that nobody could get access to.
But it was a solid hand and arm. And it had a early 18th century bracelet on.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
With that we confirmed.
We caught at my house in Beatrice, my son's door, the doorknob turning, and then the door opening.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then the doorknob went back to its normal resting place. No one was in that room.
I liked what Christy said, though. It usually happens when nobody's recording it.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what? She's right.
Lights flipping off and on. The actual switch flipping.
Yep. It's like they know.
Or they don't want to get caught, so they do something to corrupt the cameras and or recording device at that exact time so they don't get caught.
Yeah, because our last investigation at Bell Nemus, we had a ton of physical activity going on. Our DVR, when we got done, we went to go check it. All the footage was erased. It was the drive was fried.
I was about to say, yeah, it was fried. The power supply was fried.
Imagine
Literally
that.
fried. Yeah. And we had tried some really new, really different theories that investigation just to see a response. And I know damn well we caught something. Chrissy's right. Yes, the actual switch, or maybe there is some sort of rule that they aren't supposed to.
That's a good theory. That's a good theory. I like that.
Don't get busted. Kind of like Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
The handbook to the dead.
Yes.
Don't do this.
House in Omaha, Nebraska. We were setting up. We had like 6 cameras we were setting up on tripods, and we heard a loud crash. We went in the room, and the camera and tripod had been thrown across the room and was laying on the floor. It's like, we don't want that here.
Yeah. We've had, I know when I did National Ghost Hunting Day for the first time at Selma Mansion, that there was no way you were getting signal down in the basement area of that location. It just wasn't going to have it. And you could get signal. I know there was signal down there because I'd gone live down there, but once the investigation started, nope, no signal at all. That was the same weekend we had the mass haunting of 150 people. So you're right. Yeah, it was 150. No, I'm sorry. 50. Boy, I'm exaggerating. Look at me trying to be, people.
Out of school.
I know, right? No, literally, it was Hyman was delivering his speech to start the public investigation. It was myself and Sean and a few others. There were going to be the guide. I was handling communication for the visual. No signal for you. Yeah, signal for you. I can hear that in my head, Christy. No signal for you.
I want signal. No signal for you.
But we were in the foyer, and Bill was giving his speech, and there was, like I said, 50 people in Selma, all at the foyer. And then on the second floor, you could hear furniture moving all around. Third floor, you could hear talking and conversation. Me, Sean, and another person went both floors, checked everything while everybody else is down there, came back, said, Bill, there's nothing. He goes, nobody? I said, nobody's clear. Sean said, floor 3, clear, and gentlemen. And I said at the same time, that is mass haunting. More than 3 or more people experiencing the same thing at time. Damn, how cool is that? That's
awesome. That's verification where more than one person heard something and they all heard the same thing.
Same thing at the same time and the same frequency the whole night. That's power. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think that's power. Yeah. That's what I was interested about Bobby Mack. And y'all were all together. Did y'all experience together events that took place there, or was it independent events?
We were kind of doing our own individual things. Me and Steve were walking around. Me and Christy did a little bit together. Renee, I think we did a little bit together.
Me and Christy did a little bit together.
Yeah,
I wanted to use her
made the rounds
as a performer singing at Bobby Mackey's.
Yeah, I've got video of Christy singing on the stage at Bobby Mackey's.
Nice.
I stood up on the stage. It was cool. It's like you could feel how the performers feel, when they were standing up there. It was kind of a cool experience. I'm going to jump back to that hole in the basement. Originally, that was a slaughterhouse, and that hole was literally a hole, and the blood and everything, they poured down that, and it ran down into the river because the river is right behind there. And then they filled the hole in, and it's sunk down. That is the hole. I was standing in the hole. Another person was Raymond was standing in the hole. We were getting a little bit of activity, didn't feel anything nasty. A portal to hell didn't open up and we're swallowed up. It was, I think it's a fear. The story was started. And so naturally, when anybody goes in there to investigate, that's what they're expecting is a portal to hell. To me, it was dirt, and it was the actual building that was haunted, not the hole.
Now, why do y'all think the building was haunted?
If your hole's haunted, you got a problem. Just saying.
There was. I went in. Okay.
I was trying not to say it. It's so bad.
See, you broke me. All right.
Good.
So, I went in already knowing some things about that building and that location and the land, just because that's how my brain thinks. That's how I am. I'm a researcher. I'm a historian. I like to know things before I go in. So if something happens, or if somebody says something, or something's questioned, or a word's brought up, I could say, well, this is why it may be, presuming that this is what it's talking about. There's me and Christy were talking about it. We had there's a woman, Pearl, that was there. There's the big newspaper article written up about her, and me and Christy came to our own conclusion of possibly what could have happened there. I don't think things get put out of control. Things get, people see things on TV, and then we're at a location that is haunted. Things manifest out of words, because you have to remember intent means a lot of things. So if you're talking and or you're taking a story and adding to it and making it a tall tale, it grows, it manifests, and it makes its own manifestation and takes on its own thing.
A spiritual legend.
Well, that's what we talked about. That was something I brought up a couple shows back of Talk the Rake and things like that. You know, the modern cryptids that people are starting to notice. It's like, you know, there's mass hysteria about it to where it creates its own entity.
Mothman.
Yep.
Yeah.
Slender Man.
You know, and it just it's old land. It's also, it has, like we said, it's got and I'm going to show my Kentuckian crick, and it's got a railroad running through it.
Yeah.
Right.
So we've got a lot of energy that's produced off that railway.
Yeah, the water flowing, the energy from the friction of the wheels on the train moving down the tracks, the energy from those big, huge diesel engines.
Oh, wait. The tracks in the water?
No.
Or they're just crossing? Okay, they're crossing the water.
They're just crossing it, I believe.
Okay.
Well,
No,
still,
that interesting.
Oh, still that energy transfer is going to happen through the metal rails anyways, I would think.
Yeah, it'll go right into the ground. One thing that is interesting that I found out after we got back was our very own Joni used to own a bar right next to Bobby Mackey's.
And that's funny y'all just that out.
And she knew Carl. She knew Carl. And Carl is supposed to be one of the spirits at Bobby Mackey's.
Right.
She said the other bar that was down the street was even more haunted than Mackey's.
Oh, yeah, we're about to lose signal. All right, we're good. I'm watching her sing. Ooh.
She called it. No signal for you.
No signal for you.
Yeah, no, you get back to your investigation.
And we want to talk about what's going to happen to that location. Good and bad. Good because a lot of it is a dangerous spot to be in. I mean, the roof is in pretty bad shape in one spot that we were in. Actually, the spot where Carl had his exorcism in leaks like it's got a sunroof open and the water's just going in.
Wow.
So there's that part of it. The upstairs where Carl lived, we couldn't even get up there, but others got up there for a few minutes. I think it would be a good thing to try and save it, and I think that's what they're doing. Which then to me would be, you're now stirring up some more activity, which might help others too.
Remodeling, tearing something down, rebuilding, that can all stir up a lot of dormant energy.
Oh yeah. I agree.
Whether
whether
positive or negative is yet to be told.
Exactly.
I mean, because we're retaining energy. We've talked about this a lot of times before. It's not always bad. You have good times going on in that place, and if it's an excessively amount of good, it's getting drawn into that, to the wood and into whatever minerals are around, etc. So it's not always bad. That's a huge misconception. You gotta stop that shit.
I know I do.
We got a ways to go.
I need coffee.
To me, I don't know about Keith, but when I got out of that truck, I mean, that to me, I wanted in that building as fast as I could. I didn't want to stay out in that parking lot.
Yes.
That parking lot, that's got some nasty energy, some nasty feeling. That's a lot of is gone down in that parking lot and in that backwood area.
Yeah. Now, do you think that's coming from fights and nastiness and
There's been people killed in that parking
There's been
lot.
people
Yeah.
killed in that park. I mean, we
I
had
was gonna say like bad blood.
One of the spirits, I was standing on the sidewalk and there's a rail and then there's like a 20-foot drop, where the basement is from the sidewalk. And I was just standing there minding my own damn business, having a cigarette. And the spirit says, "Hey, look." And it showed me how he was thrown over the railing. Back then, there was no railing. Somebody just picked him up and threw him off.
Oh wow.
so bound?
yeah. I mean, we had people. Keith was carrying, Kelly was carrying. It's just a danger. It's because people just like to frequent that area and like to cause havoc.
Okay. So it's
Added to already the havoc that's there.
Yeah. Okay. Sits at a bad neck.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's, and I'm sure it's because they know. Hello, everybody's. What is everybody going there for?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's only open 2 nights a week. I think it's Friday and Saturday night that it's only open. So, and one of the fellows, Jeff Matt, he was there. He was telling us that, people try to say, hey, my wife is in there and nobody's in there. You know what I mean? Or they're just there to cause a ruckus.
Yeah, people break in, steal stuff all the time, break stuff. Yep. It's in a very bad neighborhood. Mm-hmm. I was carrying when we were there the entire time. Others were as well.
We we had to leave in pairs. We couldn't leave to go out and have a cigarette or just get out and get a break. You had to be in pairs and you had to let everybody know we're leaving.
Yep. And when you got back.
Well, that's kind of that's kind of a general rule of thumb with my team anyway. So
yeah, we take safety very high.
Yep.
You should. You just don't know about any place. You could be in a great neighborhood and you have no idea. You can come across something that ain't so good, and I'm not talking spiritual. I'm talking about bug or bad people. Yeah.
Well, like when we were up in Slate Lake this past spring.
Oh yeah, the gypsies.
Yep.
Oh boy, that was.
Let me tell me about that.
I'm not afraid of spirits. I'm afraid of living people.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Totally.
So, that's like one of my favorite YouTube shows. That's something he always says. He's like, "Yeah, there's nothing more scarier than a living person."
Did anybody see something move behind me on the floor right there to there?
I was wondering about that. Yeah. I saw a little something.
I think
I have to go back and watch it after because, of course, I'm on a phone, so I can't see.
I've been hearing noises, so I've been turning around and looking.
I've been watching you.
I think Puddin's running around.
Yeah, you got something going on. Too bad we're not doing it from inside the cabin. Oh, that'd be fun as hell.
Oh yeah. Well, it was like before we did the show tonight, I thought we were going to do it in the cabin, so I was going to set up the laser grid up behind us.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
You have the laser grid behind you because there's a gentleman sitting behind you.
Say what?
I said there's a gentleman sitting behind you. Has been for a little while.
Oh, really?
In the back seat of the car?
Yes. From the cabin. He's listening.
Yeah. Okay. It's been, like I said, it's been an interesting night.
The older gentleman.
Yeah. That's who I thought you were talking about. I'm not even turning around. I'm like, yeah, dude, we can roll. You can't leave with me.
Well, yeah.
Right?
Yep, you can stay.
No, you
gotta stay here. Yep.
I feel like he's been kind of checking me out just to like.
He's been checking everybody out.
Yeah.
And like
he's interested.
He is, but he's also inquisitive, but he's also got he's got a little bit of protective thing going on right now. Yeah, I know that for a fact too. He straight up told Shelley. We've had some very good hope sessions this evening. Let's just say that they were very talkative, clear as day on the hope box. I've never heard clearer things come through the hope app as I did tonight. And then we opened up Phanomics, and it was just as aggressive. I'm like, wow, nothing bad, but it was very direct. Yes, no, I don't like it. We look tonight. We even asked it. I know we're right there at the top of the hour, but we even said, "Hey, do you want some? We can get you some candy. Would you like some candy?" Why no? I was like, wow, okay, whatever, trying to be nice.
Well, it's not like they could eat it.
Right? No.
They could just smell it and not be able to actually eat it. They might be able to lick it. As soon as I said it,
Be look.
y'all can't take me anywhere.
That is true.
Well, you know what they sell a lollipop's like, right? It's good practice. Especially if you get the little pops. They're perfect.
See, I thought
Exactly.
I thought good
Christy,
practice
exactly.
was picking Steve's out of the watermelon with your tongue.
Yep.
No, I don't
How many
know.
licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop?
Bingo. Okay, on that note, we got to get back to our investigation.
Yeah,
All right, you guys.
I think we broke Christy.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, she's blushing. And that girl never blushes, so I think we got her pretty good on that one. That's okay. But thanks for doing the show. We appreciate y'all jumping in here.
Oh yeah.
Same.
Glad we were able to jump on in here, and the whole team doing. And we had already set up scheduling teams around us, so we're gonna fold in Kenny. We left Kenny and Ryan to their own devices, which is
Well, Sam should be with them.
Tell him thank you for letting us borrow you.
it's just tell Sam
What?
that they thank her for letting them borrow you.
Oh.
Oh, Sarah's not here. She's at the hospital, probably watching, going, "You're such a fool." But yeah, my brother and Ryan.
Slips will be borrowed.
Oh yes, I'll hear about it tomorrow. But yeah, we let my brother and Ryan go run out in the woods by themselves, so we have no idea what kind of crazy disasters taking place.
Oh, it's going to be interesting.
Oh, it'll be fun, especially
They're
if
probably
we see Ryan running out of the woods from Kenny. Hey, Christy. Uh-oh. But we must roll.
Yep.
Wonder Twins.
Let's go.
Wonder
We're
Twin
gonna go
powers.
catch some fruits.
That's funny because we did that too at Bobby Mackey's, Keith.
We did.
We did. Power 2 Twins activate.
All right. Night, everybody. Appreciate you.
Night. Thank
Enjoy
you
the
for
rest
joining
of
us.
your night, Howie and your friends. Oh, thank you, Miss Linda. Y'all have a
We'll see you next
beautiful night. A beautiful night. Gonna be good. Gonna be beautiful.
Oh yeah.
We out. We're out. Peace out. Yo, bitch. I don't know. It sounds
Night.
funny as hell. Keith, you gonna take us out?
What?
You gonna take us out?
I can take us out. Hang on. Let me get over to the right section here.
3/4 impulse.
That's what she said.
Oh.
I'm gonna press the button. I'm gonna press your button.
Let me hold on.